We're live.
What time is it?
6 o'clock.
Yes.
We did it.
Take that, 6:03 naysayers.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to our Bad Batch Clone Zone Lego mashup show.
Which has been a real fun time.
Yeah, it has been.
It's given us some guidance of what to talk about on these streams.
Yeah, just for the start.
Yeah. But yeah, we are going to be discussing the latest Bad Batch episode and whatever else might come up.
Whatever else you want.
Typically, when we do these Lego streams, they're just kind of a AMA chit-chat video, so just see where the night takes us.
But since we spent all of yesterday talking about The Mandalorian, we want to make sure Bad Batch gets its fair share of attention as well, especially because the second half of this season has been so good.
Yes.
Really, really liked Tipping Point as well. Favorite part of the episode? I'm just going to throw you a question.
Tech and Omega in the ship training was my favorite part.
I think the whole Pabu sequence was my favorite part as well. Just in general, seeing the Bad Batch getting to be like chill.
Yeah.
And just they're not struggling to survive. They're thriving. They're doing great. And it just made me so happy. Rewatching part of it again yesterday after watching like the Ahmed best stuff, which that already made me emotional, and then I was watching the Pabu stuff and I started tearing up again.
Aww.
And I was just like, can't escape these Star Wars emotions today.
I'm in a glass box of emotion.
I'm in a carbonite slab of emotion.
It's just so nice to see the clones living a life, and Omega is part of that group. They're all kind of their own little family, and to see them being able to live their lives semi-normally for once. Like, Wrecker's out fishing. He's helping everyone he can and having so much fun doing it. And he feels like he's a part of this community, and I think the others are starting to feel that too. Omega has kids her age that she can hang out with. The place is gorgeous. Like, it's become our new, like, if you would vacation in Star Wars, where would you go? It's Pabu now.
Yeah. I'll take the tidal wave risk.
Yeah. It's just been a nice time. And then we see Crosshair just really struggling.
He's on the flip side of things.
Crosshair's just really on the struggle bus. But hopefully not for long.
Which, I mean, that is the point, is that his choices have led him to where he is now, and he's not even really trying to escape what he's done. All he tried to do was help his brothers, which I thought was really nice. It upset me that all they heard was Plan 88 and not the, like, you have to hide her part. Like, he doesn't even really know Omega, but the fact that he shouted out, like, save Omega, this girl he barely even met, I really liked that.
Yeah.
Hemlock, I love Hemlock. I think he's an awesome villain.
I do too. He had that moment with the gas that just reminded me so much of Scarecrow from Batman Begins, and I loved that about him. The name Hemlock gives me already like sinister vibes because I used to watch Hemlock Grove, but also you brought up that it was a plant, a poisonous plant.
Well, we brought it up, I think, in episode 11. That was when the Zilla Beast episode was his first episode, and we were talking about Hemlock, and either someone in the chat pointed it out or I Googled it, but Hemlock is a poisonous plant. And so
Fitting.
The fact that, yeah, he just waltzes in, he thrives in poison. I'm like, that's horrible and cool.
Yeah. He does have a very creepy vibe. I just saw something that I wanted to read. Raul Antanada, I hope I said your name correctly, asked, will next week's Clone Zone be on Thursday? We're really gonna try to make that happen, but we're gonna be in the middle of we're doing a short trip right before going to London, and we're going to London early, so it'll be like right in between two trips. We will be home on Thursday, so we're going to try to make a stream happen.
We are planning on streaming for both episodes next week, but it's going to be different.
It'll be tight.
Like, I want to obviously discuss the season finale of the Bad Batch. So the plan is to still do this. Maybe we do it without the Lego. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the plan is to stream, yes.
Yeah. So obviously we're going to be super psyched to talk about the finale. And yes, next week's episode is a long one. Or is it 2 episodes?
It's 2 episodes, yes.
Okay.
2 normal-sized episodes, but that equates to 1 long one.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about. But real quick, I want to give a shout out to some of our Biggs Mega fans in the chat. We've got Scott McCrate, who sent a message in early on. Let me go ahead and read that because it doesn't go into our super chat log. Scott said, "Tipping Points was fantastic. Do you know if there will be a 3rd season of The Bad Batch? I can't get enough of Star Wars animation. Thanks." Don't know, but hope to maybe find out at Celebration. I think there definitely could be. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Definitely could be.
The fact that there is a panel for The Bad Batch makes me it's not like a look back at The Bad Batch, and obviously they wouldn't title it that way. But since Dave Filoni announced that Star Wars Rebels Season 4 would be the final season, he did that back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that he will announce when it's the final episode or final season.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's my hope.
I should certainly hope so, too. We've got Doomslayer 420, Recovery Hacker in the chat. Gio Flores, Jane Dalton. Oh, wait, Doomslayer, did you change your name to The Real Doomslayer? If so, that's smart.
That's funny.
Jeannie from Tahini, what's up? Reefton, hi Reefton. We're gonna see you soon in London. Very excited. Brian Ferreira, Charpy.
Hold on. How do we know that's the real Doomslayer?
Cause it's
Tell
green?
us something only the real Doomslayer would know.
Okay, they said yes, I did. It's me. That's all they said. Okay, well, there you go. They said it's me.
That's exactly what the fake Doomslayer would say.
Oh, and Reefton has been subscribed to the Biggs Mega Fans for 10 months and says, 10 months, dang, so long since you introduced the Mega Fans. Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been.
We keep saying we're going to put new emojis in.
We gotta...
And we've been so busy.
We gotta figure some out.
We'll make some really good ones and have them up, hopefully, after Celebration. But, yeah.
I do want a chaos cavity emoji, like a tooth that just looks crazy.
That is a good one. Because anytime...
Or maybe like it could be a tooth that's like going Super Saiyan with like electricity crackling off of it.
Ooh. Chaos cavity strikes again.
I like that.
Maddie says apple teeny emoji.
There you go.
That'd be a good one too. Oh, Jeannie from Tahini says, didn't Aristotle die from drinking hemlock poison? And I couldn't help but think of Plato's allegory of the cave during the outpost. At least one of the writers is a fan of philosophy.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay, let's get into some super chats because we've already got quite a few here. Thank you guys so much. We're super excited to talk Bad Batch because, yeah, I felt like after over 3 hours of talking Mando yesterday, I really wanted to talk Bad Batch. But Bounty Hunter Breaks has the first one here. Thank you so much. What do we think Plan 88 is? Has Cody joined Rex? Ooh.
Well,
Getting straight into the juicy stuff.
they said Plan 88 was a code that they were being hunted. So I guess Plan 88 is the response to that, which I feel like they said something about just we have to hide or lie low or something. So that's my guess for what Plan 88 would be.
Yeah, they've brought up a couple of different plan numbers.
And we have the final episode of season 2 is Plan 99. So we have that to look forward to, but I I'm going to guess Plan 88 is just like a hide somewhere. I wonder if they have a Plan 66 and what that would be.
Ooh, that might be like a 13th floor situation where they're like, let's just skip that number and not do it because it's bad luck.
Mm-hmm. I messed this up.
Ice put in the chat, I loved that massive freaking eye roll that Alex did when that Imperial officer used the shock tooth. Alex is very good at his eye rolls.
Just like, come on. It's just a get out of jail free card for the writers now. No, I'm not like actually mad at it, but I'm just like, oh, any Imperial officer can just do that now.
Yeah.
All I wanted was more information on Tantus, but you had to go unleash the Chaos Cavity.
I hope Plan 88 is something... What do I hope of Plan 88 is? Like something that Crosshair either had a pivotal role in or didn't have a pivotal role in. Like, does that make sense? Could go either way.
Yeah, that's literally... That says very little.
I don't know. I hope that there's like some fun, quirky twist to Plan 88 where it's like a Hail Mary situation where it's not something that anyone would expect.
That's kind of what I'm expecting for Plan 99. Hail Mary, but also we need Crosshair. Like that's a team that's a plan that involves the entire team, and we gotta go get him.
I want it to be, I guess I should say, I want it to be a plan that involves Crosshair. I think that could be a way of him saying like, I'm part of the team again. You can't do Plan 88 without me, and I'm back, baby.
That's kind of what I think Plan 99 is.
Oh, Plan 99.
I think Plan 88 was him saying hide.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
But Plan 99 is like a, no, we're coming to get you.
Yeah.
We're not going to leave you again. That's my hope. And I hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, I was so sure that I was going to root for him to be the bad guy this whole time, and now, of course, we've been through so much with him, and he's at this point now where, like, he knows that no matter how important he thinks he is, the Empire's never going to treat him like a normal human being of importance. It's like, so, I don't know. I want him to be okay, and I don't necessarily want to see him go out in a blaze of glory, being a hero, saving the rest of the batch, but that happens a lot in Star Wars.
Your instinct is always to say, I don't want this person to be redeemed, and then by the end of it, you're like, come on.
Come on. Well, that's...
You can do it.
Isn't that what the writers would want to see?
I think so.
Someone completely change their mind. And then, has Cody joined Rex? I hope so. I hope we see Cody again, because that would just be a weird unanswered question to leave open.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see him as part of the rogue crew, which I really, really enjoyed. All of those clones saving everyone's favorite clone, Hauser.
Oh, yeah.
That was super fun.
Hauser's back.
So yeah, like, I'm going to say, I want him to be part of the crew, but I also would like to see them reunite for the first time. Mm-hmm. So it would have been cool with me if Cody was just on the bridge of that ship. But I think I want to see Cody and Rex be like, you.
Yo, you.
You, I remember you.
Yeah, Andy says, Hot Boy Hauser back in the game.
Hot Boy Hauser. Love it.
Also, thank you so much, Dan Ritter, for joining the Biggs Mega Fans.
Thanks, Dan.
As I said earlier, we hope to have some more exciting emojis coming to you guys soon. And Pippin has been a highly requested one, so I think we need a Pippin emoji.
I was going to say thank you to Dan for... You posted that video of us from the Jedi Temple Challenge thing we did 3 years ago, which feels like it wasn't that long ago. But anyway, Dan was one of the many people who said that I look good with the scruff. So I'm bringing it back, Molly.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back.
All right.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
No, you're not ready.
I don't think you're ready.
No, I don't want it.
There it is, folks.
I don't want it.
There it is. The truth comes out.
I don't want the beard scruff was rough. The mustache I kind of liked. I kept the mustache for a lot longer than I thought I would.
I would give it another shot if you really wanted to and you took care of it.
Yeah.
You gotta wash your face. You gotta moisturize.
Fine.
Yeah, too hard.
We'll see. I'm sure I'll grow one again someday.
Someday. Oh, we've got another member of the Biggs Mega Fans. Stigiger? Stigiger? How would you say that?
Stegiger, yeah.
Stigiger, okay. What's up, Stigiger? Thank you so much for joining the Biggs Mega Fans. Oh, now there's rumors swirling everywhere about the stash coming back.
Not anytime soon. Stash watch. It's like when Obi-Wan or when Ewan McGregor would grow a beard and everyone was like, oh my god, it's happening.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I just have a beard without people freaking out?
We all knew.
We know what you're doing. Yeah, but he grew a beard like 4 times in that time period where we were like, is he gonna be Obi-Wan again or not?
Yeah. The Cosmic Jedi has the next super chat. Hey guys, love your content. Thank you. Got my celebration badges today. I got Cassian and Chopper.
Ooh, what days were they?
Have you guys got yours yet? Also, when do you think the celebration preparation video will go out? Funny you should bring that up. We just filmed it, and it's gonna come out on Sunday. So, a little later than we wanted, but it's coming on Sunday. Yes, Alex wants to know which days that you ended up with Cassian and Chopper.
I'm curious which day or badge type or whatever Grogu is, but yeah, we have our 4-day passes right here.
You got them on your lanyard already and everything.
Oh yeah, like the second we got them, I was like, I'm ready to go.
The passes are so much better this year. Like the picture on the 4-day pass last year was real bad.
You couldn't tell what it was.
It was dark. It was like a random city planet from a random episode of Mando, and
it was Navarro.
What are you doing?
Like, I liked the concept of a bunch of different locations because it usually is characters and stuff, but like the badges this year, I'm like, I want all of them.
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah, well,
you gotta buy them.
We are gonna get speaker badges, so we'll get something else. Who should be on the speaker badge? Pershing?
Well, last time we got a speaker badge, it was just the 4-day badge with a sticker on it that said speaker.
Oh, you're right.
So I don't.
I forgot about that.
I don't think we're getting a special badge for that.
I forgot about that.
But I don't know. Anything can happen. But yes, I want the Grogu badge. It's probably a child badge.
Makes sense. Child 4-day badge or something. That makes sense.
I will not beat up a child for that badge. I am promising that to everyone right now.
Molly won't mug any children. She's got that on the record now, so that when some child gets their badge stolen, it wasn't Molly. She said she wouldn't do it.
Real quick, I'll read Reefton's super chat because it's relevant. Got my confirmation of shipment today. Waiting bad. Waiting is bad.
It's wild that the American badges went out before the Europe badges. I mean, I don't know where they ship from. I guess I assume that they're at the Excel Center shipping them out, but that's not right.
Probably not.
That's not correct.
I did see a lot of people being like, I live in London and I haven't got mine yet.
It makes sense that it would come from London, but yeah, it's probably just coming from Reed Pop headquarters, wherever that is.
Stig Iger says, we got it right. Usually don't catch the streams live, so I thought I'd drop something. Now I'm here.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. I'm real bad at names.
You usually pronounce them right. You just need more confidence. You're always like, how would you say that? You ask me how to say it, and I'm like, you know how to say this.
Because sometimes I get so overwhelmed, I'm like, can I actually read? I don't know.
Teach me to read.
Like, I saw the amount of G's in that word, and I was like, adding an extra G in there for some reason. I don't know.
I have that trouble spelling sometimes. Like, writing the word banana It's like, when do you stop? Yeah.
When do you stop? I do that with Mississippi.
Yeah.
But I don't. When am I writing down Mississippi?
You're right. I write banana all the time.
You don't even eat bananas.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bananas on their own.
I'm not either. Like, I like them when they're real brown and sweet, but even then, I'm not a banana person. Anyways, I'm getting way off topic. David Canio has the next super chat. Molly, I need you to drop everything and go to Google right now and search for Baby Yoda or Grogu. I think I know what that is because I've done it already.
Unless they did a new one.
Unless they did a new one. Let's see. No, it's the same. So Grogu...
It's still real cute, though.
Grogu pops up in the corner, and you click on him, and he starts messing everything up.
What a little scamp.
What a little cutie. Look at him go. You can click him again, and he just, like, takes whatever's on the page and, like, throws it.
Surprised he doesn't eat it.
That's true. We haven't seen him eat in a minute. I need to know that he's being well fed.
We were talking today about when we go to London and Celebration and all that. I think I'm going to bring one of my Biggs action figures, and Molly is going to bring maybe a Grogu figure, and we'll take him around the city, and we'll...
Something small enough that I can put in my pocket. As much as I would like to bring, like, a full-size Grogu.
No, I didn't think you would bring that one. We have a lot of the little Lego ones.
That's so small, though. I might lose it.
You definitely lose it. You'll drop it, for sure. We know that'll happen.
That never happened.
It's happening on the stream, like, every few minutes.
Stuart J, thanks for the next super chat. At first, I thought Emery was helping Crosshair escape. Then I thought maybe it was so he could send a message to Trace or to lure the Bad Batch. I think it being an accident is unlikely. Thoughts?
She does, like, inject him with something right before he wakes up. I don't know if... I can't decide. I don't think she was helping him escape right now. That's my theory. That he just happened to get out, and she was like, think this through. You can't escape. But the fact that he just stunned her and didn't kill her, I think that now she is an ally. Like, it kept cutting to her while Crosshair was being tortured at the end. So I think that whatever happens in the last 2 episodes, she will be helpful for it.
Yeah. I did get the feeling that she kind of felt sorry for him at some point. And yeah, that scene where she's standing behind Hemlock 2 episodes ago.
That was this most recent one.
Oh, was it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got like a look on her face like, oh,
I think
boy.
She feels bad.
Are we the baddies?
Yeah, uh-oh. This feels mean.
Yeah. That would be playing an interesting part, though, if that were on purpose to get him to message the Bad Batch, to get the Bad Batch there.
It is possible. Yeah. I could see that. Okay, so I see what they're saying. That she could have been allowing him to escape to see what he does, but the fact that he didn't kill her, now she's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm on board with that.
Maybe.
Molly's not convinced.
We'll see. I will say, we've said it before, and we say it on the... Oh, hi, buddy.
Hey, Hilo. Hilo brought in his toy full of treats and is going to just drop it around? Is that what the plan is? I
put a treat in this rubber thing for him, and when he can't get it out after a certain point, he brings it to us and just starts throwing it. What was I saying?
We've said it on stream before.
Yeah, we haven't seen the last 2 episodes. We did.
Oh, yeah.
We were lucky enough to get the screeners for everything up until now, but we have not seen the last 2, so...
That is true.
No idea what's happening.
We are finally able to speculate freely. We have no idea what's coming.
Right. Hi, Ken Knapsack in the chat.
Ken Knapsack?
What pubs are you going to be drinking with me while in London?
What?
What pubs?
Oh, pubs. I don't know. The
pub.
The Moldy Crow.
The the one I thought of was dirty, so I can't say it out loud. Whichever one.
I'm pretty proud of mine because it sounds like a pub and it's a Star Wars reference.
What?
The Moldy Crow is Kyle Katarn's ship in Dark Forces.
The Moldy Crow is the name of his ship?
Uh-huh.
Did they run out of ideas?
Yeah, they were like, okay, we need a bird themed. We've got the Millennium Falcon. We've got the Ebon Hawk. And someone's like, how about the Moldy Crow? And they're like, yep, perfect. Nailed it.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of trust in people like Maddie Gunner to just tell me where to go to drink. But I will drink just about anywhere, to be honest. That's where I'm at in life.
I'll take a pint wherever. Wherever you are, Ken, that's where I'll be.
I hope they are doing drinks in the showroom floor again. I assume they will.
I think they will.
Because if you get someone tipsy, they're going to spend more money.
Yeah. Also, it's just an easy way for the Excel to make money.
That's true, too. Yeah, friggin' $15 cocktails.
I'm just going to ask for a pint everywhere I go. You're gonna get real annoyed when I'm just like, it comes in pints everywhere.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna be excited about it the whole time.
Ken says, floor drink drunk. Yeah, we don't have nearly as many things to do this time around as we did at the last celebration, so if you see us, we might be a couple of floor drinks in. Who knows?
I'm gonna make it my new tradition to look for obviously big stuff, but now I keep an eye out for Veer's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I found some cool little, like, very limited edition things, and I was like, Veer's Watch needs these as I've finished my beer.
You're just going to buy stuff for other people.
Veer's Watch needs that.
It's true. I'm going to be looking for Crix Medine stuff and Ristel Sant stuff, because those are apparently my new Glupshidos.
See, I think that is the way to go, so you don't wind up buying a Newt Gunray Burger King cup or whatever that was.
Look, I liked it, and I'm glad I did it.
Found the POV crew is a bad influence on you. They're like, yeah, you need this Newt Gunray cup. And then I found you. Like, I leave for 2 seconds, I come back, and you're like, look what I got. And I was like, why?
And you weren't excited at all. How rude.
Where is it? Where is that cup right now?
It's in my office.
Okay. Where?
I don't know at this moment in time. I didn't plan on drinking out of it, but now I kind of want to just wash it out really good and start drinking my stream drinks out of it.
I think you have to, just to prove me wrong.
All right. If you wear your new shoes, I will drink out of my
Obviously,
Newt Gunray cup.
Shoes. You made me buy the new shoes. And so did the rest of chat.
Jill says, new happy hour cup. There you go.
There you go. It's a big cup.
I would have to, like, really wash it out well, though. Who knows who's at... Is it likely we'll see a connection between Mount Tantus in the coming episodes with the research that Dr. Pershing is pursuing in The Mandalorian?
I think that's very possible.
I mean, it seemed like he was really into the cloning stuff, and that's what they're doing on Mount Tantus.
If nothing else, like, we have Emery and the other scientist character that was in season 1. They're all wearing the same uniform with the same patches. Like, I don't know if Pershing's specific research is going to come up, but it's already connected in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pershing is too young to be in the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think it's definitely connected. I just don't know how connected it's going to be.
Sure. Very diplomatic answer.
Yeah. That's what us YouTubers do, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of answer I would give.
Because what's Thrawn's involvement with Mount Tantus?
Don't know yet. In Legends, he goes there to, like, make a new clone army because the Empire is fallen and he needs troops.
So I think it's going to come down to whenever we get live action Thrawn, is he involved in it? And then we'll get that connection if so.
Yeah, and I do think that there's going to be a Tantus connection in that sense. What is going on here?
Quickly, I see another super chat from the Cosmic Jedi. Thank you so much. I don't know why I thought it was Chopper. It isn't. But it's actually 3PO and R2-D2. I got them 2 and Cassian for Sunday and Monday.
Oh. Who was it?
3PO and R2-D2.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Chopper was on his own, right?
I don't remember. I have looked at all the art, but I don't remember what all was in it.
It is hot up here. I meant to turn the AC down and I forgot.
I can do that. Is this how this goes?
Scott McCrate, thanks so much for the super chat. Quick thoughts on 1, the leech vessel, and 2, Dr. Hemlock being a, quote, close talker, and 3, will Pabu stay a secret? Thanks, guys. Love the content. Thank you. I love you pointing out Dr. Hemlock being a close talker because
he really was.
The first time he showed up, I remember bringing this up in our commentary that he just is one of those creepy quiet talkers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it, is like he talks so quietly that it makes other people like lean in and be like,
and
what?
He's just in your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when he was getting, like, Crosshair's already strapped down to the table, and then he's getting all up in his face like he's about to kiss Crosshair. Maybe that's in the finale, but Hemlock got right there. If I were Crosshair, maybe he just does that to be annoying.
Maybe.
The leech vessel, though, so rad.
So cool.
I loved that.
Such a fitting name, and I love that we got to see how it worked.
Like it drills into the hull of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that was great. And then I'm trying to remember that. There's a line of dialogue from Mando Season 2 that bugs Mark from the Templin Institute. It's something like, we'll proceed in a pincer movement with maximum initiative. And it's like they're in 2 entry points, so they can proceed with a pincer movement using maximum initiative. I get it, yeah.
Why does it bug him? I mean, it definitely sounds like words that would bug him.
Yep. I don't know. I forget. He starts talking and I just like tune out.
It just starts to sound like circus music at some point. You're like... Same, honestly. Like, anytime I tune into the Slam Sector streams, because I want to support them, but I'm just like...
I don't know what they're talking about.
What?
Yeah.
What? Blood demon, angel, baby, killer, space marine, monster? Yeah, totally. Jinx.
Got me.
And then will Pabu stay a secret?
I hope so.
I do too. That just feels like they couldn't ever catch a break if the Empire does find them there. But I think the way that they ended on Pabu in this past episode makes me think that they're wanting to join the bigger fight, not only because it's what they should be doing, but also to keep the Empire away from Pabu. Maybe they think, maybe the longer we stay here, the higher chances that the Empire will find us here, especially after getting that message from Crosshair.
Yeah. I hope it just stays secret. Like, right, can we just have one nice planet in Star Wars? The tidal waves are enough. That's already scary.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen often, and they have alarms for it, so that's nice. Shakfu, thanks for the next one. Is there any special significance to Grief Karga not knowing or caring about Grogu's name? He cared about the kids in the school. Why not Grogu?
I think it's just a joke about Grogu's name. It's the second one that they've had where someone here's his name is Grogu, and their Pelly goes, "What a terrible name. I'm not calling you that." And then his very flippant, like, "If you say so."
His name is Grogu. He is a baby. But he's actually 50 years old, and he makes super cute noises.
That was good. These improv lessons are paying off. That's what I missed. Okay.
I do think it was just a joke, but you would think that Grief Karga would be a lot nicer to Grogu after what he did for him.
I know, right? I mean, I don't think he was being mean. I still think he's like... I see Grief Karga as like his grandpa. In season 2, when he shows up and he's like, Has the Mandalorian been taking care of you? Have you been taking care of him?
Yeah.
He has. He says he has. Like, it's so cute. I think Grief is basically Grogu's grandfather, but he's just going to use a nickname for him. He's just going to call him Sport.
Sport, yeah. Because of Ted Lasso. What was I about to say? Oh, I've been seeing so many hilarious Grogu TikToks. Obviously, I already get a lot of Pedro Pascal TikToks. But all the
Everyone
Grogu ones,
does.
like, I wish that I could just hook my phone up to the stream and start playing them, and we could just all watch them together because they're so cute. They're so cute.
A lot of them have foul language in them.
What? Nuh-uh.
That one you showed me this morning.
Oh, that's true. It does.
That one, it's funny. Not that, like, we have nothing against that. We just try to keep it clean, mostly, until
yeah.
Molly gets a couple beers.
Not quite squeaky clean. Clean-ish. Brian Ferreira.
But what's it? Sergeant Mosk kind of gave the go-ahead on the S word in Star Wars, though, so...
Oh, yeah.
There is that.
I forgot about that. So that's canon, and we can say it as much as we want.
I love Joseph Scrimshaw's argument about that, like, if that word exists in Star Wars, then Han Solo would be saying it all the time. That's his, like, only gripe about it. I'm like, that makes sense.
Brian Ferreira, thank you for the next super chat so much. This Mando episode has been called Ahmed's Redemption. That drives me bonkers. He has to redeem for nothing. Some in the fan base, on that other hand, ... Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Redemption is just not the right word.
Yeah.
I think people are not understanding that part of it. Like, redemption
Right.
is just the wrong word to be using.
Totally agree. And yeah, I love that you said that, and we'll happily talk about it again, because you're right. Like, Ahmed Best did nothing wrong. You need to redeem yourself for what you did wrong.
The fans need to redeem themselves.
This is a redemption moment for fans. Like, if you can treat the man better now, and not just him, but other actors that, like, if you don't like their character, fine, but don't be terrible about it.
It's justice. It's vindication for Ahmed Best. Those are some alternative words to use. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just quick to...
Like, I don't think anyone...
use the same word that other people, like, I don't want to say echo chamber because that feels like a hot topic word to use, but, you know.
I think you're right that people just aren't thinking about what the word actually means. And they're saying it in a positive light. I've never seen anyone say it in a mean way. Like, I think they always have good intentions when they say, like, oh, what a great redemption arc for Ahmed Best. And it's like, that's not what this is.
He was always great. And so, yeah, it's hard when you are speaking to someone, like an actual person, versus talking about their character. You got to be a little more careful about the words that you choose. But I haven't really seen a ton of people using redemption.
I saw just a couple of articles, and that's probably where it spawned, is like some article used it as a headline because just redemption probably sounded like the catchiest word to use, and then I think people were parroting that. Still not in a mean-spirited, nefarious way, that no one meant anything bad by it. But yeah, it just felt like, no.
Yeah. I said it yesterday, but as soon as that elevator door opens and he walks through and he says, "Everything's going to be all right, kid." I could not help but imagine him speaking to his younger self who, went through all that turmoil and was suicidal after all the crap that he got from the fandom. And just knowing that he said that line to Grogu, I was like, he's saying that to himself, and that's beautiful.
There's that, and the fact that they got this character. The video tomorrow is all about why this moment means so much and why Keller and Beck is the perfect choice that, like, a few people did see coming. Lord Hosk saw coming. RM Network on Twitter saw it coming.
It's true.
Or at least made lucky guesses, which I still be proud of that. But the fact that it's in a scene that's about Grogu's trials and adversity that helped shape him, and it's like, and there's Keller and Beck, who Ahmed Best went through, to put it lightly, a lot of trial and adversity, and it fits in so many ways.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people bring up the fact that we need Jake Lloyd next. I don't know that this is going to be the character arc of every actor who needs to be vindicated, but if he wanted to come back, I'm sure he would be welcome.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd is someone that I wish got that moment at Star Wars Celebration, at the very least, like Ahmed Best did, like walking out to a standing ovation.
Because he was just a kid.
Yeah, it's
that's worse in a lot of ways.
It's all around just, it was a bad time for the fandom, and I was like barely old enough to know what was happening. More, I just saw like negative reviews about the movie, and I was like, what are you talking about? It was awesome.
This kind of fits along the lines of what we're talking about, so I'll read it. The next super chat's from Joel Davis. Hot take: after reading some interviews from George and analysis, I now firmly believe that the prequels were not a critique on the Jedi Order, and that's more of a fandom projection thing. I don't know what George was up to.
Yeah.
We've made so many connections since the prequels have come out that it all sounds right to me, but...
Well, I would have to find those interviews. I'd be interested to read them, but like Dave Filoni went on that big old speech in 2020 or at the end of 2019 when he was on the gallery making of thing, and he talked about the things George Lucas told him, which was like Qui-Gon Jinn was one of the last Jedi that like remembered to care about people. So I think there has to be some level of critique, and the Clone Wars especially, like Mace Windu in Attack of the Clones saying, "We can't fight a war for you, we're not soldiers," and then like jumping to Revenge of the Sith, like that. I think there is some critique there.
I guess we are soldiers if we super need to be. Sure.
I don't think it was meant to be a condemnation of the Jedi. Like, they're still the good guys.
Yeah, but it was to show how they could just be turned over time, and how, like, if you just continuously stay so strict to the rules that, like, something is gonna break, which I think we're gonna see in Mando with the Children of the Watch. But yeah. Joel Davis had another one. I hope Crosshair gets rescued at the end of season 2 and season 3 could be Crosshair learning to see the wider injustices of the galaxy.
I would love to have season 3 be like, the gang is back together.
Mm-hmm. They go back to, let's have them go back to Kashyyyk, and Crosshair could hang out with the shaman, Wookiee leader.
Sure. I'll do any, like, I would love to have more Crosshair stuff. Fingers crossed that this is not the end of the series.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it is, but Who knows?
What's up, Gio Flores? Thanks for the next super chat. Hey guys, loved both Mando and Bad Batch. We are truly getting fed great content. Also random, I just bought the big Hulkbuster Lego. Ooh, that looks like a good set. That's awesome. And yes, you are correct. The fans are well fed right now.
It's wild. Like, it's a lot to have Bad Batch and Mando on at the same time, but... And also because we got the screeners early, I think we're taking it a little bit for granted because we're not seeing them both in the same day. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like when the Bad Batch, when Mando started at the same time as like the Zillow Beast episode, and it was like, oh my God, all of the rest of the Bad Batch episodes are bangers that we saw up through 14. And also Mando is on. It's just so much good stuff.
And I don't think they planned it this way. Like, it just ended up happening that the two shows were on together, and it was an unfortunate mashup, I think. Because I feel like if it weren't for COVID and everything getting all mixed up, they wouldn't have had two shows like this on at the same time.
Yeah. I don't think this was ever the plan. I don't know what messed up the schedule.
Is Mark texting you? Is he watching the stream?
No. Our friend, another YouTube channel, Nerdy Nightly, they're a reaction channel. And this morning I was watching Blind Wave, Kyle Katarn. I was just watching reactions to the Ahmed Best scene. And Nerdy Nightly doesn't put theirs out until 6 p.m. So I angrily texted him and was like, why are you making me wait? But he just texted me with a link and said, watch me weep.
Yeah, pretty much. Darth Nicholas, thanks for the next super chat. And of course, as always, I will try to group these together a little bit because Darth Nicholas is always so generous and sends in several at a time, which we love. Let's get into it. Watching the clones act as enforcers of Imperial oppression in the latest Mando Season 3 was so strange since the Bad Batch episode that aired the same day continues to portray clones as victims of Imperial oppression. Seems intentional.
I think it's just one of those happy accidents that they came out on the same day. But it does feel like now when I see the clones in Order 66 and everything, there's that level of tragedy to it where you know they're not in control. You know this is not their doing.
Yeah. Once again, the Bad Batch episode has completely outdone the latest Mando Season 3 episode. For whatever reason, Mando Season 3 isn't resonating with me the way the first two seasons did, whereas the Bad Batch continues to keep me on the edge of my seat. I've heard a lot of the same sentiment from a lot of people, so you are not alone. Once again, the clone commandos continue to thumb their noses at and ignore the plight of their Reg brothers. Will they continue down that path or experience their own reckoning and ally with their Reg brothers in a rebellion? That's a good point, because we brought up the fact that like they're still using them and they're just like doing whatever they're told, but maybe they're reinforcing their chips?
I don't know what they're doing, but I'd like to explore that more and why they seem so loyal to the Empire. I kind of view them as basically like Crosshair, where they're like, oh, it's a shame about the other clones, but we're good. They'll keep us around. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do think that there will be a reckoning to some degree.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope to see them join the regs.
Yeah.
Join the fight.
Yeah, like just like everyone else in Star Wars, I hope it's a redemptive reckoning that they realize, oh, we were wrong. I think I've been like kind of popping back and forth between which I enjoyed more, and I really liked Tipping Point, but the Ahmed Best thing. And again, because we had the screeners, I don't know how we would have felt otherwise.
Yeah.
Because we've been sitting with Tipping Point for a couple weeks. But the Ahmed Best thing, that was all fresh and just like a holy cow. I did not expect that. Mm-hmm. And all the behind the scenes emotions as well.
Tyler Chartier sent a super chat and said, I love that the summit has a double meaning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That was something that I forgot about the episode. Hey, Tyler. But that there's also going to be some sort of meeting between Imperials, because Tarkin was like, I'd like to hear your plans at the summit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, so maybe Hemlock will be off at a meeting and the Bad Batch will be literally at the summit. Or it'll be a summit at the summit.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was going to take place on Mount Tantus, which now I'm thinking maybe that is the case, because he was saying what did he say? I'll get your
bring a plan to the summit. It's something along those lines.
Oh, if he said bring a plan to the summit, then
well, I can't remember. I expect to hear your plans at the summit. It was something like that.
If he said bring, I would assume it's somewhere else.
But it could just be bring him upstairs.
That's true. Yeah. I get the feeling that Tarkin's going to show up there to do like a excuse me, a inspection or something. Like, fill me in on what's happening here and I'll tell you that you're doing it poorly.
I would prefer Hemlock stay at Mount Tantus. I don't want it to be one of those things like in Rebels, they just kept making up excuses for Thrawn to be elsewhere. And then the Rebels would swoop in and do something, and Thrawn would have been like, oh, if only I were here, I could have stopped this. Like, I get it, but I want Hemlock to be an active villain in the end.
Same. Your humble servant. Thank you so much for the next super chat. Greetings from the UK. Fiance and I are big fans of the channel. She doesn't know I'm sending this, so please say hi to Jazz. Hi, Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
Love your content. P.S. Did you enjoy your first ATL or Atlanta United match? Best wishes. We did.
Oh, that was a great game to go to. We lucked out on that.
We did luck out, and a lot of people were like, wow, what a great first game to go to. But it was pretty incredible, and I would love to go to more games, especially now that we have our own jerseys.
Yep.
That we spent a lot of money on.
Yep.
So we should definitely go back.
But I think that was us saying that, like, okay, this will make us go enjoy more games.
Yeah, and like that game specifically, and I'm sure all soccer/football games, like, it's so fast paced. Like, sometimes I'll go to a baseball or a football game and get kind of bored, but there was no time to be bored in this game.
Something's always happening in soccer. I always liked soccer. I used to play it back in the day, but those days are long gone.
Never give up on your dreams. You could play again. It's a lot of running, though. So I'll pass. Joel Davis, thanks so much for the next super chat. If the summit is a meeting of Imperial leaders, could we see Thrawn there? We don't know exactly when he joined the Empire, so it is possible.
That's true. I think it... Personally, from my understanding of the timeline, I think it's too early, especially for him to be a high-ranking Imperial.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting if he were there as like an aide.
Oh, like a trainee? Or
yeah. I mean, he was in the academy, and then he like worked his way up pretty quickly. So I don't know who he could be an aide to. Maybe if Yularen is there.
Is he the assistant to the regional manager?
At that point in time. I think it's too early for him to even be in the Empire, but we could figure that out.
Yeah. I feel like he had to work twice as hard as anyone else to move up.
Absolutely did. In
those ranks. So I don't know that he would be there at that point.
I'd be open to it. I think it's too early, but it would be fun, especially, with everything that's coming. And it's not like they've shied away from Rebels connections in the past.
Very true. Shaq Fu says, calling it now, Ragnar will be Grogu's lifelong Mandalorian rival. You don't get bested by a baby and forget about it that easily.
Oh, I was hoping.
That is true.
I was hoping you'd say lifelong friend.
No, lifelong rival.
Like Ragnar was like, oh, respect. I
Ragnar's
should
like-
not have spoken because I was not sure.
Ragnar's like, yeah, baby made me look like a dummy.
Ah, stupid baby got me stolen by a flying dinosaur. This is baby's fault.
Well, baby's daddy helped get him back, as did Bo-Katan.
Hopefully Paz Vizsla would shut that down. Be like, hey, you treat that baby better. Because baby's father saved you.
Baby's daddy.
How does this go on?
Dale Erdman, thank you for the super chat, says the Seeker Plan 88 is the Empire is using me to
The
get
Seeker, that's right.
you. The Empire is using me to get you.
Is that what they said? I do remember them calling it the Seeker.
Yeah, the Seeker. So maybe that is what that plan is, basically.
Okay,
Like, that's what
okay.
that code means. I could see that.
I still think, I mean, the whole point of those Pabu scenes, the Pabu episode, the scenes today, which they were like so lovely, the whole point is we know they're going to leave and it's going to be heartbreaking because they found their forever home, potentially, but they have to go get Crosshair. And like, there's so much emotion behind that where they left him twice.
Yeah.
The second time was his choice, but I love that they're going to, I'm assuming they're going to be like, not this time.
Yeah. Not today. Jamie Dorr says, hi again. What do you think the possibility of Plan 99 would be? If it screams Clone Trooper Rebel Alliance, then let's hope for the best.
I mean, we covered this already, but I think Plan 99 is something that involves everyone that's part of Clone Force 99, meaning they need Crosshair for it.
Yeah.
And they're going to go get him.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, Crosshair will play a pivotal role in Plan 99, and so they'll get him back.
They'll go get him.
They'll go get their boy back. Jonas Bolino, thank you so much for the next super chat. Do you think that the Bad Batch will save Grogu? He's in the same place as Crosshair. The team will end up saving a bunch of people while leaving, and Grogu is one of them. LOL.
I used to think that. I used to think that there was a possibility of that happening after the latest chapter of The Mandalorian. No. I think Keller and Beck, fingers crossed, has Grogu for a while.
Aww. Grogu is the brains behind Jedi Temple Challenge.
Yeah. Hey, you know what would be neat? This is a fun little game show. Maybe they're going to save Jedi Temple Challenge for, like, they're going to do it again, season 2, but this time it's going to be, like, grizzled veteran Keller and Beck.
Oh.
And he's, like, trying to train a new generation of Jedi.
Halfway through the competition, he starts having Order 66 flashbacks. No, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. Darth Nicholas has another couple of super chats here. Thank you so much. I asked you guys several streams ago where Hauser was and if he was safe and all right. I couldn't be more relieved to see another question of mine get answered yet again. He is safe, he is all right, and he's still looking good.
I don't remember when that was asked and if we knew the answer or not. But I'm like, what did we say? We're like, I don't know. Hope we see him again.
Did we say that?
I can't remember.
Oh, because we were being coy.
Well, like, I don't remember when that question was asked and whether or not we saw the episode at that point.
Yeah. Have you guys?
But I was also thrilled about it.
Have you guys played Republic Commando? Who's your favorite member of Delta Squad? Would you like to see the canceled sequel Imperial Commando be released one day? I'm more of a casual collector, but I just had to buy a vintage from 2006 Scorch action figure the other day that they sold at my local comic book shop before the Bad Batch Season 2 ends. It was not cheap like it used to be.
I think Sev is actually my favorite, and if it's... Let me double check that that's the right one, because it's a weird choice for me.
I have never played the game, because I am not a big gamer. But I would maybe give it a shot.
I don't think you'd like it. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. I'm just not a big video game player unless it's something like Animal Crossing or I don't mind Golf with Your Friends. That's a fun one. It's real silly.
Oh, they don't have them listed on IMDb. They just have their clone numbers, and I'm not sure which ones are which. You can tell I'm not an expert on Republic Commando.
You're not Republic Commando explained.
I've only played the game once. I didn't play it when it first came out because I don't think I had a system that could play it. And then I played it a few years ago for the first time. But Sev is my favorite. Scorch is good too, though. But Sev is the one that goes missing, and it's very sad.
Mm.
But maybe he's still out there.
Literal table says Sev is the one with the red markings.
I think that's the one I'm remembering. Is he the one that's voiced by the same voice actor as Kaden Alenko? And now I'm blanking on the character who I actually dislike from KOTOR.
Hila didn't like that.
Karth Onasi. Like, the fact that one of the clones made me like him despite being voiced by Karth, I'm like, okay, that just means you're a good character. Hilo's got some things to say.
Hilo has thoughts.
I think I can hear him just...
I'll go see.
All right. Someone must be at the door. But I'll swap over here. Farzan, thank you for the next super chat. I can't wait to see you guys at Celebration. I've only gotten my Saturday badge, which is Leia, and it's gorgeous. That's awesome. Can't wait to see you too. We're definitely going to have a meetup right after our panel on Saturday at 3:30. And we'll probably have another one, or at the very least, we'll just be wandering around the show floor trying to hang out and meet people. So we will try to make ourselves very available. Cole Prather, thank you for the next one. Did Tar Vizsla ever actually lead Mandalore? Based on Finn Rao's info dump, Mandalorians just stole it from the temple and used it as a symbol to lead. I think he was Mandalore. The timeline for Tar is really weird right now, but I'm pretty sure a Forces of Destiny short talked about him leading Mandalore.
Who?
Tar Vizsla.
Oh.
I think he was the first Mandalorian Jedi. I also think he was Mandalore. But I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they go any further into Tar Vizsla's history in Mandalorian. I don't think they will.
They might here or there. He's just had like a mention so far. But...
yeah, I don't know.
It's that stuff always comes out of nowhere. Like in the Trials of the Darksaber episode, we're just like, oh my gosh, info dump. Like,
right.
So much lore.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the way to do it when you have to keep in mind the regs fans that are going to be like, wait, what? Just give it to them all at once.
Yeah.
Papa Pelps 66, thank you for the next one. What are you most excited about about Celebration, and what are you planning on being? And are you planning on being proper tourists around London outside of Celebration?
Oh, that's why we're going a little early.
Yeah, we are definitely going to be proper tourists for at least a couple of days. Because we're going to be out there for a little bit longer than just the convention days. What are we most excited about?
I'm always just excited to hang out with people I don't get to see as often.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just getting to see and hang out with our friends and fans overseas that we wouldn't normally get to see or hang out with is the best part.
I'm excited to play darts with Reefton.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still here, but I'm sucking up to him. Darts with Reefton, Appletinis with Maddie Gunner.
The Vampire Bar sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting a tattoo while I'm out there. Me and Chase are gonna go get tattoos. Alex might get a tattoo.
I might.
Reefton says that he's excited as well. It probably more excited to just beat you really badly.
No, I'm
darts.
like real good at darts.
Yeah? Are you gonna pull a Ted Lasso?
Yep. You didn't know I'm left-handed this whole time.
Hoser Maze has the next one. Are we going to see the Clone Rebellion in the finale? Well, I don't think Rebellion is quite an option for the clones at this point.
It feels like we haven't... That's why I think it's not done. I don't think this is the last season of The Bad Batch. I think there will be more. I think season 2 has been about The Bad Batch realizing that they should be more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that season 3 could be the final one where they like do the Clone Rebellion if that's the end game. It just seems like there's not enough time to wrap everything up right now.
Yeah. Well, I get the feeling that they're pointing towards the fact that the clones are way outnumbered, and as hard as they are going to try, they can't win this fight, and we know that. So I hope we get a good, solid fight from them. I just don't know where it's going to end up.
There are millions of clones, potentially. Well, 1 million or so.
They've all been kind of scattered around at this point, though.
Yeah.
And I will say, seeing that rescue maneuver for Hauser and the others was so awesome. So, like, they still got it.
They still got it. I mean, we know, the audience knows that they can't win this fight, but I could see a group of clones trying.
Gordon Post in chat says, would it be a rebellion or an uprising?
Yeah.
I could see more of an uprising, and then I just don't... I don't want to attach the word rebellion to it, because that I don't think is an option at this point.
Be interesting if they kind of were like the first symbol of hope. Like, we know it won't succeed, but maybe it will inspire some people to like stand up.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing happen with Rex, and then Echo joins Rex, and then the rest of the Bad Batch and like Hunters are like, well, should we be there too? Darth Nicholas, thanks for the next one. Something about Emery Carr's eyes, reactions, and seeming ambiguity almost certainly hints at her being the second biological female Jango clone we've seen on screen. What do you guys think?
I'm still iffy on that. I don't know.
Too.
It's possible, but
I think it's too predictable. And if that were the case, I think they would point that out. And they do still have time to do that. Like, if she helps Omega in some way during the 2 final episodes, and they have a moment together, and she can be like, we're sisters in this, or something like that, you know. That would be cool. But I'm just saying, if that were the case, they would make a point to say it in an episode.
I absolutely still think there's a chance, but I'm not leaning on it. It's just it's weird that they chose another voice actor with that accent. It does seem purposeful, but it might not be.
Kyle says, also, why would they need Omega so bad if they have a full-fledged clone at Tantus already?
Well, she would have been altered because she is, like, aged up. She would have had the growth acceleration. Omega was important because she didn't. Mm-hmm. So...
she got that pure DNA.
Yeah.
I assume. Raider Reaper, thank you for the next one. Din is going to ask Bo for marriage. Din Katan. No.
I mean, I like the ship
think
name.
So. I don't think so.
I don't think that's on Din's mind at all right now.
They make a good team. Bo-Katan is definitely more of a cool aunt for Grogu than a mom.
I could see it. I don't think we're there yet.
I mean, to be honest, like,
There we go.
the idea of this covert and all the Mandos kind of like working together, it's a little like everyone's part of the family, if you get my drift. Which could lead into weird stuff. But yes, Auntie Bo is way more her style, I think, than Mom. And like I said before, Den is in no place to be in a relationship, period, let alone asking someone's hand in marriage. Come on. Intoxicated Gamer, thank you for the next super chat. Alex, do you know where the ATLians shirt... Wait, do you know where the ATLians shirt, because you're from Georgia, it partly says aliens and Star Wars, etc., or because you're actually an Outcast fan? Cheers. So are you wearing it for one or the other, or both?
We can say both now, but I bought it because we're from Atlanta and it was Star Warsy. And then Molly later was like, "Oh, you got an Outcast shirt," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten it was an Outcast thing.
I mean, we were there together, weren't we? Or did you get it without me?
No, we were there.
And
But still, I did not know it was an Outcast reference.
yeah, when you showed it to me, I was like, "Oh, Outcast, fun." And you're like, "Huh?"
I was like, Okay, then.
Haycon Oren, thank you for the next super chat. A couple years ago, I, along with some buddies, started Norway's first Star Wars podcast. Don't know how to say this word.
Jedi Rede?
Jedi.
I'm just making that up.
Highly inspired by you guys, we try to spread positivity and canon to the Norwegian fan base, so I just want to say thanks.
Well, thank you.
That is awesome. And if you're still in the chat, are you going to be at Celebration? Because we'd love to meet you.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
That's impressive that there's like a first podcast in any country at this point. Like,
yeah. I probably wouldn't be able to understand much unless you are speaking in English on the podcast. Clone Force 99, thank you for the super chat. I like to imagine that Wrecker would have that as his name, his online name. And he would be in the chat. Boba Fett should show up in final episodes.
I think he might be in this season.
In the Bad Batch?
Oh, in the Bad Batch? Sorry. I thought Mando.
Or I guess they don't specify in the super chat, so I guess it could be either.
I don't think he's going to be in Bad Batch.
Not in Bad Batch for sure. Mando, I think it's likely that he shows up at least once again. Oh, they say in Bad Batch. Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm going to guess no. It just seems... Last season, they were doing a lot of bounty hunter stuff that I was like, could be building towards Boba, but they just haven't touched on that at all. But he could be like the big cameo appearance at the very end.
Yeah, could be. I know a lot of people have been hoping that like Omega and Boba meet, but I think in this period in Boba's life, he is like off doing all kinds of other stuff.
I think he's just bounty hunting.
Yeah, he's just bounty hunting, being a being a cool badass and probably not wanting to get super involved in clones' rights.
Oh yeah, I don't think he cares about that. I've got one extra piece here, trying to find out where it goes. I think there's only one place it can go, and it's an annoying spot.
Oh, hi, buddy. Sorry, I need a helo break. I'll just give him some pets. Dale Erdman, thank you for the next one. Is the Seeker Plan 88... Wait. Did I already read that? Or did they send it in twice?
I do not know.
Stand by.
Does that go there? I think that does go there, but how does that fit there?
I think this one did get sent through twice. Maybe on accident? Let me know if you're still in chat, Dale. I'm scrolling up to see if they said anything, but I don't see anything.
This shouldn't fit here. Oh wait, no, I did that right. Crap. No, I didn't. Crap.
I will skip it for now. Kyle Sipes, thank you for the next one. Has there been any talk of season 3? Though I'd be fine with just 2 seasons, but now I'm really feeling a need for a 3rd season with Crosshair back and the Batch working with Echo. Yeah, I hope that there's another season, and I hope that it gets announced at Celebration.
I think they're probably going to save it for Celebration. Last year, they announced season 2 like right before it ended. Season 1 ended. So I think that there's... I don't see it wrapping up this quickly. So I think there will be more.
Yeah.
What have I done?
We've talked about it a bunch, but like they could end it at this season, but because so many people have expressed so much love for the show, I think there's plenty reason to keep going for one more season.
I do too.
To really flesh out the end of these characters. And maybe to show a little bit of like what Rex is gonna go do after this.
Oh, what time is it?
It's 7:17.
This bag doesn't look very big. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for it.
I got another show at 9, and I'll probably go cook at some point before that, so.
I'm gonna go fast. It's only one bag with too many bags in it, but it's not that many pieces. I can do this.
I can do this, says Alex.
Famous last words. Watch this.
The Cosmic Jedi, thank you for another super chat. If Pelimoto got her own show,
Oh god.
what would it be about? What allies and enemies should appear? Would you like to see her in the world between worlds? Absolutely.
That's
yes.
what the show is. She stumbles into the Tatooine portal and she's like, "What is this?" And then she bumbles her way through Star Wars history.
It's actually a kids show about Star Wars history, and it's her traveling through time, learning her own lessons about history, but then in doing so teaching the rest of the world about it.
Honestly, that sounds like a solid Mandalorian spinoff too. Like to have Din be the one go into back in time and be like, "What's this? What's this? What's this? I don't know what anything is." Mm-hmm. Pelly, I think, could be a solid sitcom. She dates all kinds of people. She dates Jawas. Like, give me kind of a Seinfeld in Star Wars.
Cassia Pipe says, "Is this Doctor Who? Is this what Doctor Who's about?"
There's time travel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. We've seen an entire season of Doctor Who.
Well, it's been a while. But if Pelly got her own show, it would be either this, the history lessons through time, or it would be like a Bachelorette type show with Jawas.
I say don't limit it to Jawas, but I love that.
Oh, yeah.
A reality TV show, just Jawa's the major domo is there because she was kind of crushing on him. Just all kinds of, there's a mod there, anything and everything from Tatooine, and she hands out desert roses.
Aw, yeah. Maddie Gunner said, Antica Roadshow. Love that. Oh, Dr. Mandible as one of the suitors. I like
Yes.
that. Stuart J said that.
In.
For sure. He's a doctor, of course.
Yeah. I would also watch her, like, play Sabacc.
I would watch
like,
her do just about anything at this point. Kyle Sipes with another one. Don't understand the season 3 magic missing people are feeling. Oh, okay. We're loving it more so than season 1 and 2. Bo / the rest of the Children of the Watch interactions this episode were a maze.
I think I'm enjoying this season more than 1 so far.
So
Just
I guess the magic missing argument.
Don't feel that at all.
Was there magic otherwise?
I mean, just I think that Mando had a leg up because it was the first live action Star Wars show. The first season was an adjustment period for me. I remember every week being like, I really liked, I was iffy on the opening episode. I think I was really judgmental about the premiere and just being like, Star Wars on a TV budget, we'll see. But then the reveal at the end, like the action sequence at the end, the reveal, I was like, okay, I'm in. And then episode 2, I was like, he just kind of fights some Jawas and a Mudhorn, and it's like, I didn't get it. Episode 3, I loved. And then episode 4 slowed things back down, and I was like, it's just a random adventure. Like, I just didn't understand what the show was at first. Didn't like episode 5 very much. Like, I struggled with season 1, I think, until the end. Episode 7 and 8 I loved, and I was like, okay, I think I get what this show is. And then 2, I feel like they hit their stride. And now 3 and beyond, I'm just like, yeah, I'm on board with whatever you want to do. If it's a weird Adventure of the Week episode, like, I'm prepared for that.
Yeah. I keep bringing this up because it keeps just rattling around in my brain, but every time Jon Favreau or Filoni are asked about, like, where are we headed? What's this about? In an interview, they're like, it's about what it is to be a Mandalorian. And that's it. Like, we'll get a couple of side stories, but, like, that's what it all kind of comes down to. And I know they have to be vague in interviews and stuff, but that's why I feel like I'm just watching this show and I'm kind of just along for the ride. I'm taking it all in, not putting any expectations on it. And honestly, like, that's kind of my approach to Star Wars anyways. So, I don't know. I mean, I totally get people not feeling very in tune with the new season, but I'm having fun.
I'm having a great time. Like, that's all I'm looking for, is just a fun adventure once a week.
And I mean, we both definitely have criticisms. Like Brian Ferreira just brought up too many creatures in this season. There are a lot of big creatures popping up.
I think just that's Favreau's style, and that's fine. Like, I think that's his flavor of Star Wars that he likes. The same with Book of Boba Fett, like the crazy thing that comes out of the sand and fights Boba Fett.
And Calm Like a Bomb, aka 12th Dragon, says, if you know where the story is going, why watch? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I see so many people complaining and saying, where's this all going? I'm like,
I don't know, we'll find out.
like, isn't that part of the fun? Part of the joy of watching a space fantasy TV show? Like, you don't know where it's going. It's going to take us in a bunch of different directions.
I think there's a temptation, as Star Wars fans, I feel this too. And I think when part of my struggles in season 1 was like, this should be about something huge, and we should learn something about the galaxy and the universe and the timeline. And it's like that they're never here to write Wikipedia articles for us, and I have to remind myself of that. They're here to tell stories that move us, and if they're not moving you this season, that's okay. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, I think yesterday was the first episode that made me cry. So
yeah. But I mean, and that was about Ahmed Best and not anything in the Mandalorian subplot.
Honestly, if it had been, and yeah, but whatever. That doesn't bug me.
It still gets you excited and hyped for the show that we are watching.
Yeah, and I think they do a really great job at balancing, like, here's an emotional story about this kid and his dad, but also, like, Cobb Vanth is here, and you love that, don't you, you nerd, talking to me? Like, yeah, I do, Jon Favreau.
Oh, God. Gearless Moda sent in a very, very generous super chat. Thank you so much. They say, thank you for sharing that. I enjoy how vague the show is and how it's creating moments no one expects. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's kind of their goal with this show. Like, this, like you said, this is the first ever live action Star Wars show, and I think they're going to continue to try and surprise us with lots of cool stuff.
I think that it's a bit of the catch-all. Hilo was just snoring away. It's like a very fan-pleasing show for the first one out of the gate, and then while it's going on, they can also put out stuff like Andor, which people seem to, I think it got a really great response. I loved it to death. Mm-hmm. They can kind of have Mando as the, I don't want to say safe show, but the more generalized Star Wars audience show, and then they can splinter off into, hey, check out Andor for spy drama, check out Acolyte for like martial arts mystery, I think is what they've been saying that would be. Mm-hmm. That they're gonna be more experimental with the other shows.
Yeah, I like this point from MC Lego Boy, and I'm not trying to say the MCU is bad in any way, but they said blame the MCU because the movies were based on comics and fans knew where they were pulling inspiration from. We knew what Infinity War and Endgame were going to be in broad strokes. Can't do that with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I very much agree with that. And it's also why if something gets changed or retconned or, you know, slightly moved around a little bit, people get so angry.
Well,
because that's messing with something that they already knew was going to happen.
Yeah. And also, I think that when you get really deep into fandom, as I have, like, I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing other people. Like, I'm criticizing myself here too. That you kind of pride yourself on what you know and the trivia. And so, like, I understand when things get retconned or whatever, and it's like, hey, but I knew this other thing. And now you changed it on me, and I don't like that. I understand that response. I'm used to it by now because it happened throughout the prequels. I remember my response to realizing that the Tales from the Bounty Hunter books, I was like, but Boba Fett's name was Jaster Muriel, and he wasn't a clone of this Jango Fett person. What are you talking about? Like, and I was 15.
Yeah.
So I get that.
So what you're saying is expect a lot more disappointment.
I don't know. I'm saying that it's, I don't know. Fans can just get so invested in what they know.
Right.
And that's not what these stories are about.
Was it disappointing for you, or was it just kind of jarring and then you got over it?
I got over it pretty quick. I mean, me and my friend Chris, that we read Star Wars, but he lived down the street from me. And every night we would go home and we'd be like, let's read through chapter 8 of...
You had your own little book club.
Yeah. Every night we'd be like, read the next 5 chapters of Heir to the Empire. We'll discuss the next day.
Aww.
So, like, I remember when we heard about Boba Fett and Jango Fett, and we were like, does that mean the book doesn't count? Did we read that for nothing?
Oh.
Like, kind of a Legends thing of like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I do get that part of it, because, like, feeling like you read something for nothing, it resonates with me, because if I finish a book, it's like a big deal, you know? So if that all gets changed, maybe when I was younger, that would have bothered me. At this point, I'm just glad I read a new book.
Yeah. Well, I think that my perspective has changed because now I go in reading books and I'm like, and maybe this is just like the mid-30s person in me of be like, okay, make me feel something.
Oh, no.
Like, I want a book to make me just
You're like, what's his name in Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
Trying to get pranked.
Yeah. Like, I want to feel alive, make me happy or sad or whatever, just invoke an emotion. Whereas before, I think as a kid, I would read the books to know what happened, even if what happened was not very good in some of the Legends books. Like, they got pretty wild, but at least I knew what happened.
Yeah. That makes sense. Moving on. Joel Davis has the next one. Thoughts about the island of Pabu on Pabu is one of the islands on Scarif. Wait. Let me start over. Thoughts about the island on Pabu is one of the islands on Scarif. Apparently people took a screen cap and the plants look very similar. Plant nerds.
Nerds.
Nerds. No, that's cool.
I have seen this theory thrown around. I don't think Pabu is on Scarif.
That would be devastating.
It's kind of something that I'm just like, I reject that idea.
Yeah, no, that I also reject that idea because we know what happens to Scarif.
It is kind of funny though that when we were talking about the tidal waves and we were like, wow, Star Wars just can't let us have a nice beach planet. We had Scarif, they blew it up. Now we have Pabu, there's tidal waves, and it's like, but if they were one and the same, it's kind of ironic. But no, I so badly want Pabu to just be this paradise that exists, and you can go there. You can be happy, Bad Batch. And it's not gonna eventually blow up. I guess I should say there is Glee and Selm. I don't think there's anything bad about that. That's the Nautil and Homeworld beach planet.
Is it a beach planet or is it a water planet?
A little of both.
Okay.
There are beaches there. So I guess we could always have Glee and Selm. But I want Pabu too.
We can always aspire to learn how to play that Valichord and retire to Glee and Selm, just like Beckett.
I really was going to learn to play that Valichord.
Michaela Garza, thank you for the next super chat. What is Plan 99? Oh, wait, I think they meant to say, what if Plan 99 means Crosshair pulls a Clone 99? As in 99, the clone.
Yeah, as in sacrifices himself to save everyone else.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We hope that it's not.
I don't want it to be sad. Oh, God, I broke something.
But, because... Yeah, I don't know. Like, Crosshair, in my opinion, hasn't done enough to where he is just unable to be redeemed. If that were the case, then sure, yeah, go out in a blaze of glory and go out like Clone 99. But
I say no to that as well.
That was so different in Clone 99's experience than what's happening here. I don't hope not.
No, I want a season of them. Again, just Star Wars doesn't deal enough with atonement. Crosshair doing one good thing at the end with his brothers, and they're like, oh, we forgive you, and then he dies. I don't want to see that. I want to see them struggling to accept him again. Like, I hope there are hugs. I hope they're like, we're glad you're back. But I hope there's a season 3 where it's not all smooth sailing. There's still conflict between them. Like, Crosshair should have... Oh yeah, it's kind of like Avatar, The Last Airbender, where Zuko gets an episode with every single character. Of, like...
I had forgotten about that, I guess.
Yeah, like, come on, Zuko. You were terrible to us for 2 seasons. And now, like, you need to convince us. I like that idea.
I do too.
I want to watch Avatar again.
No.
It's really good.
I had to scroll up to find this because I remember seeing it, and like I said earlier, the new membership or the reoccurring membership messages that get pulled through don't get added to our super chat list. But Lightspeed Bear was in the chat a little while ago and said, "Hey guys, I loved season 1 of The Bad Batch, but season 2 is on another level. It's now top tier Star Wars for me. Love these characters so much. Assume/hope there's a season 3. Agreed.
I do too. I still, and I've been changing my tune a bit in the second half. I think season 2 wasn't as consistent as season 1, but I think it has had the better episodes.
Yeah.
Its highs are higher.
High highs and low lows.
Not that its lows were that low. There were just some episodes where I was like,
The Outpost was pretty low.
that one was just sad.
Yeah.
But it was great.
King George 6, thank you for the next super chat. Loved The Bad Batch, but edge for me was still family feel of Den making his kid play with others. Mum Bo-Katan telling Grogu not to show off, and Auntie Armorer babysat Grogu, told him stories, and essentially knitted him a jumper. Aww.
I was when we saw that they left Grogu with the armor, I was like, "Oh, here comes trouble." And then she was great. Like I
love this perspective.
Perhaps I judged you too harshly.
I love this perspective because we're sitting over here like, yeah, constantly expecting the armorer to do something sinister. But there's people out there that saw this episode and was like, look at this family just having a good time together.
Yeah. I'm very wary of the armor, but I really liked her in the last episode. Like, I love that she, the rule follower to end all rule followers is like, yeah, but Grogu's a Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no hesitation about that.
Yeah. I will bring this up quickly because I have seen this being brought up a few times. An says, my biggest issue is the lack of stakes. Din is basically able to accomplish all of his goals with fairly minimal difficulty. There's no conflict because there's no antagonist halfway through the season.
That's something that I did not really like about season 1 as well, is that just where's Gideon? Like, season 1 took, again, a lot of adjusting because they announced all of these characters and only Din and Grogu, which they didn't announce that one, but like they were the only two characters in every episode. Mm-hmm. And I thought we were going to have this big cast, that Gideon would be this constant threat. And then he came in the last 2 episodes. He was more present in season 2, which I liked, but we're halfway through this season. No Gideon. We've got a tease. We've got a couple teases of what he might be up to, but like, yeah, I would like something concrete.
Same.
So I understand that criticism.
I've been talking about the armor like crazy because I'm getting tired of not knowing what her motivations are, what she wants, and all of this. Is there something much darker to her that we still don't know about? She's been around for forever, and we don't know anything about her.
We made this joke in our Q&A that we filmed today, but like someone needs to make some armor for her so she can have a flashback.
Right.
So we can learn something.
The tables have turned. Grogu is now the armorer.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see what he made.
Mm-hmm. It's like your kid making a mug in school and being like, look, I made you this. And it like doesn't actually hold any liquid. And you're like, gee, thanks.
Yeah, what a waste of Beskar. But
it's
the armor,
an ashtray now.
But the armorer still wears it. Like, it's too cute. I can't say no to him. Can't disappoint him.
Yeah. 000 Tragic Solitude, thank you for the next super chat. Upon seeing Fireball/Nimic, do you also think somehow Commander Gree returned? Also, is Rex looking for Cody and or Wolf?
Didn't Gree get his head cut off?
That's what I thought.
Pretty sure Gree got super killed. But Cody and Wolf especially, I'm like, where is he? We've seen Gregor twice. Love that. Where's Wolf?
Where's Wolf? Just like Where's Waldo?
Yeah, I'd have that book. Mm-hmm. Like in a sea of clones, and you have to find the one with a scar over his eye.
Oh, so they're saying that Fireball looked like Gree.
Oh, the armor. Okay, a bit.
I didn't notice that.
Just like the face paint, but no, I think Fireball was new, and I think Gree's head is still on the floor of Kashyyyk somewhere. Unfortunately.
But yeah, we definitely hope to see more of how Rex and Wolf get reunited.
And Cody. His first appearance was great, but just like all Star Wars fans, I'm like, okay, give me more now.
Right.
I want Cody, please.
Grabby hands. Oh, Hakon Oren with another super chat. I'm gonna try to say this again. Jediredit? How did you say that? The Norwegian.
Yeah, Jediredai?
Jediredai.
I don't know. Like, okay. I'm just making this up. I want you to know that.
That sounds more elegant than how I say it.
Anytime you ask me, like, how would you say this name? I'm just making it up.
It's the validation that I'm looking for, okay. Or the non-validation, whichever. Is the Norwegian translation for Jedi Council. And yes, we were all going to Celebration. Looking forward to your panel. Yay! See you there. And you can
come say hello.
You can tell us how to say all the Norwegian words.
Yeah, tell us how badly we are pronouncing that.
Mr. Domez, thank you for the next super chat.
What?
Huh?
I thought you said Mr. Dumbass.
Domez.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Round clones up, do experiments, send them to labor camps, and or get rid of them, shoving them on shuttle, sending them into a sun or whatever. It's what the Nazis/Empire would do, but I guess too dark/real for a show like Bad Batch.
I mean, I think...
yeah.
But I think that's kind of what they're doing. Like,
I mean, they're
rounding clones up. They're at Tantus.
They're forcing them to retire, and yeah, some of them are ending up on this terrifying torture mountain. So, we're not that far off.
I don't want to know. Like, I think that the experiments they're doing there result in that one clone from episodes 7 and 8. The assassin clone.
Jedi Rade. Rade or Rade is how we say that.
Okay.
Thanks, David.
Close.
Calm Like a Bomb, thank you for the next super chat. Where could Omega show up in live action?
I tend to... Go ahead.
I was going to say Skeleton Crew, maybe. But
fun.
That was just a wild guess.
That would have a fun vibe. Like, I think even adult Omega would just have a blast with a bunch of kids.
Yeah. I think so, too.
We'll see if there's a season 3 or not. I tend to think that characters aren't going to show up from animation to live action. Other ways, okay. But I tend to think they're not going to move up the funnel of content or whatever until their story is done being told in the first medium. I'm sure that's not a fast and hard rule. I'm trying to think of, like, Cobb Vanth probably wasn't going to have any more written about him. Well, I guess what happens is, like, so Kersantin, that's a good example, was in the Dr. Aphra comics. And I remember when Alyssa Wong took over, he was quickly written out. And I was like, oh, Kersantin's just not in this anymore? Okay, weird.
Now we know why.
And now we know why, so yeah. But even still, it seems like they want to make sure that, like, the story is done until they, or at least not continuing. I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm saying.
These foreign names are going to kill me, y'all. I apologize. I don't know if this says Lika or Ilka. I don't know if that's an I or an L, because they're just two straight lines. Anyways, thank you so much for the next super chat. Greetings from the faraway country of Finland. Super stoked to attend celebration. Hope to meet you, Alex, and Molly. Love what you bring to the fandom. Thank you so much.
Good. We can apologize in person for
Yep.
how Molly I won't apologize. You did this.
I'll always apologize to how I say people's names because it's hard.
Yeah, our plan is Saturday, 3:30, that's our panel. Right after that, we're going to find a spot the day before. We're going to find a good place to go do a meetup.
Because they yelled at us last time for doing it right outside the room because there was too many people there.
They were actually very nice about it, but they were like, you're a fire hazard. You need to move. And so we did. So we'll probably try to find a place outside, assuming the weather is nice, and we'll all just hang out for a while.
And if you can't do it outside, we'll go to like the show.
The showroom floor usually has more space that you can spread out in.
Yeah, we'll be like, meet us at this door near this store. What are those called?
Booth?
Booth. Madman's Knowledge, thank you so much for the next one. Do you think Cody is working with Rex, Echo, and Chuchi, captured at Tantus or somewhere else? I hope he's not captured.
I don't think he's captured. I think he's just out and about, but he very well could be part of Cody's existing, or Rex's existing network. That's my
Didn't
hope.
we hear about like an underground job or group of clones that were working together? I think that's where Cody is.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Rex's group.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I think then, yes, he's probably working for Rex.
Fingers crossed.
In that little underground group.
That is my hope as well.
Oh, YouTube is getting choppy.
Yeah.
Sorry if we're buffering. I just got an error message pop up for our stream that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Getting some chop. I'll give it a few more seconds. Hopefully it'll fix itself. I've done an amazing job at keeping up with super chats today.
You always do.
What's happening is my Wi-Fi having a stroke. Ours might be.
Yeah.
Let's see. I said, gonna check it out. Stand by.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. I can see the red dot from over here that says the connection is rough. It's probably just our router doing something.
Yeah. I mean, we could do a speed test, right?
Yeah.
Unchopped? Seems okay now?
Getting better? Okay.
Should I refresh this?
No, that's not going to do anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I can see OBS saying something with the connection is off.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks...
I'm going to assume it's just Comcast being Comcast.
Yeah.
It's been a while, to be fair, that this has happened.
Our internet seems to go in and out a lot here, which is really frustrating, but...
That seems like... Ah, crap.
Our error message is still up, but it sounds like from the chat...
If people can see us, then we'll just keep an eye on chat and...
Yeah. Scotty Heron has the next super chat. Not Star Wars related, but my folks are visiting from out of state tonight, and we're getting Mexican food for dinner.
Love that for you. I'm already jealous.
Should it be a 1 margarita night or 2?
Come on.
I mean, it does kind of depend on where you're at and how big the margaritas are, but I'm always going to say 2. You know that. I'm a bad influence.
It depends on, I would say, how your parents are as well, but that's because I'm a people pleaser.
Nah. I don't care if the people I'm with are not drinking any margaritas. I'm having 2. Oh no, it's happening again. Choppy internet. Why? I think YouTube's just messing with us.
I'm going to blame Comcast this time. YouTube has been bad before, but right now I think it's Comcast.
What was that sound? Did you hear that?
No.
Did your phone get a message? It sounded like the hot tub just like turned on and off. Maybe our power is flickering and we can't see it.
I do not know.
Oh God.
But I'm done with these bags.
Someone said I have Xfinity and this was happening today with my internet. Too. Still chopping.
Thanks, Comcast.
Oh no. Well, I don't necessarily want to keep reading, but...
No, I don't think we should if no one can hear us.
I do have to go pee.
Okay, you go do that. I'll stay here. I'll hold down the fort.
Okay.
A lot of stop and go. Audio is back. Well, sorry everyone, if you can even hear this. AJ, Neb, yeah, I might try reducing the bitrate. I don't know if that's going to help. It looks like I can just see our OBS thing from here saying it's in the red. Hate it when this happens. At least I was done building, but we're still going to stay in chat. I could reset my router and see what happens. But that'll take a good 5 minutes. Open widget. Error. Boost the signal R2. Oh, it's in the green. OBS is back in the green. I'm going to move a lot so you can tell whether or not it's good. But I think our internet, I think our Comcast has decided to work again. So while it's up, let's go. Jeannie from Tahini, thank you for the next super chat. Do you think Sid will factor into these last 2 episodes? Yes, I do. I don't think they're going to set up all of that conflict with her and then just drop it. I definitely think that she will somehow come into this. I like the idea that maybe Scorch goes to Ord Mantell and like he heard tell of a Havoc class ship coming in and out, so he might make his way to Sid and be like, you ever seen these people? That's gonna be my guess. Sweet Feet Pete, thank you for the next one. Just stopping in. Who wins in a fight, John Wick or Mando? Well, I've only seen the first 2 John Wick movies, so there might be something in 3 or 4 that changes my mind. But I mean, I'm gonna go with Mando, only because I think John Wick has more skill, but I think Din can stumble his way into a victory. I think he would just be like, no, I'll just get shot a bunch. Like, he's covered in Beskar. I think he could beat John Wick, almost on accident. Yeah, the internet has come back.
Who can be John Wick?
Jane says you were the issue the whole time.
Oh no, that's possible.
Velos. Other than internet problems, having a good stream, yeah. And the internet problems, I think, only lasted 5 minutes, which is too long, but
it's just
still.
Classic Comcast.
I know you have another show to get to at 9. I was going to keep on going, but just if you have to go cook, that's okay. But Sir Q,
I'm good for a couple of minutes. Our meal down there only takes like 20 or 30 minutes to make. So.
Okay. Sir Q, the 27th, thank you for the next super chat. I think the story of Mando will be more about Bo teaching the children to unite with other Mandos that don't follow the way, rather than converting and deciding the way is wrong, accepting versus agreeing. I mean, I think that's kind of what I'm hoping for as well, is that the armorer doesn't have to be wrong. It's just a very much like, just let everyone live the way they want to live. And my problem with the Children of the Watch is that they will go around, people like Din will see Bo-Katan take her helmet off and be like, you're not a Mandalorian, he said to the Mandalorian princess.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That my problem with the Children of the Watch is that they gatekeep their own culture.
Exactly. And
so, yeah, I get what you're saying.
The way that the armorer was speaking to Bo, almost as if she knew her home had just been bombed, everyone abandoned her, like, almost as if she knew. Like, she kept saying, by creed, Bo-Katan Kryze, like, you are also redeemed. And even though she was like, okay, well, that wasn't my plan, that was just so manipulative of the armorer to do that I wonder if she knew about what was going on.
I think that's a stretch. I think it's...
Most of my takes are stretches. I like to go real stretchy with them. But...
Apparently some people got a random ad break? What is happening?
Did you click on the thing that says, now would be a good time for an ad?
I did not.
Well, if they refreshed, that would give them an ad break.
Oh.
If you refreshed the page, then YouTube might have given you an ad.
I don't know what's happening, but at least we're...
Back to being choppy?
It seems like some people have it fine and some people don't. Our list says they got an ad with no refresh.
Huh. That's weird. YouTube is trying some stuff today.
Maybe I will. I said it was Comcast, but maybe I will blame YouTube.
It's green on our side as far as I can see.
YouTube kicked me off and onto another video?
Whoa.
It says Kate Does Nature?
Yeah, YouTube's drunk. Go home, YouTube.
That's our job, YouTube. I don't know. But yes, Sir Q, I like that they don't necessarily need to tell the armorer or the Children of the Watch that, like, you are wrong to do this. I don't think that. Do whatever makes you happy, but you don't get to tell everyone else that, like, they have to follow your rules.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like, just a classic growing up, coming of age story. Like, as people, we grow up under the rules of our parents and our parents' household, and then we get taught by whatever religious leaders are in our lives, and we're like, okay, these are the rules as a kid. And then you get older and you're like, guess what, I'm gonna test those rules. And then you figure out how that's gonna go, and then you get even older, and then you can kind of start to make your own rules and decide what works and what doesn't. And that all applies with the Mandalorians that we're seeing right now. Din and Bo and everyone, like, they're just kind of learning as they go ever since Mandalore got bombed and everybody got split apart, which honestly seemed like a shakeup that needed to happen. I don't say that as in they needed to be bombed, but the Mandalorian culture maybe needed a shakeup.
Sure.
Could have done it a little more peacefully, but we would have needed Satine for
Molly is pro-Empire. You heard it here first.
that. I don't like those jerks.
They mean.
They have terrible fashion sense.
All right. I'm going to tell Tarkin you said that with his big old poofy pants.
You tell him.
I'll tell him. Let him know. Darth Nicholas, thank you for the next super chat. Did you guys say you wanted to see the release of Imperial Commando one day? I caught the other answers to that same super chat. I'm kind of take it or leave it on Imperial Commando. I'm just not great at first-person shooters. They're not my favorite style of game. But I would obviously play it if it came out.
I don't think anything like that's gonna ever come out.
Respawn's working on a first-person shooter game right now.
Yeah, but I think it's going to have something to do with what's relevant in canon Star Wars.
Bad Batch might introduce the Imperial Commandos in the next 2 episodes, and then they will announce Imperial Commando right after.
That would mean that it was relevant.
Here's what I would want from that game is my favorite style of first-person shooters are games that you play with your friends. The Republic Commando is a single-player
Like PUBG.
shooter, like PUBG.
Gross. Compose yourself.
My favorite first-person shooter is the Left 4 Dead games because I love a good teamwork game.
Oh yeah, because then that puts you. There's like 4 to the team of humans and then 4 to the team of zombies,
Yeah.
and you kind of work.
Or you can just play as the humans fighting through zombies. So I feel like Republic Commando and Imperial Commando would be perfect for that. Or a Bad Batch game where you each have your own special, like if you shoot enough droids.
If you're real strong.
Yeah, you
good
shoot enough
aim.
droids, you use your ultimate, your wrecker, and you can like throw something or just battle rage like a barbarian. I don't know.
You can fish real good.
Yeah, you can fish. Something like that where everyone has a different class and you work together to achieve a goal. Instead of Republic Commando, you basically are the leader and you tell the explosives expert, go blow up that door. You tell the sniper to go up in that perch. It's a cool system, especially for the time that the game came out. Mm-hmm. But now I would want that to be a 4-person game. That sounds awesome to me.
It does seem like it would be a lot more fun for everyone involved if it were that, instead of just you're playing by yourself.
Yeah.
But some people like playing games by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Some people love first-person shooters. They're just not for me normally. But I will absolutely play Battlefront 2 if all of my friends want to play it with me.
Yeah.
And they did for a while. But as for single-player games, I much more prefer something like Fallen Order, Survivor,
Give me
Uncharted.
some juicy story.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that story mode.
Yeah.
I need it.
I need story mode, please.
I need it. Give me God mode.
Bakey, thank you for the next super chat. I hope I'm not the only person who rewatched Keller and Beck's scene with Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler in the background. I haven't done that yet, but that sounds like a great idea.
That song needs to be in Star Wars.
Sing it in Huttese, but the same music.
That'd be so fun. It wouldn't probably wouldn't rhyme or sound very good, but
You can just make it up. It's Huttese. You can make it rhyme.
make it work.
8 Grant Rants United 8, thank you for the next super chat. If you could make anyone in the Star Wars canon Force sensitive who isn't already, who would it be?
Well, I would say Finn, but
He is. He definitely is.
We're saying in canon, the Lego special told us that he is Force sensitive.
Also, so did The Rise of Skywalker, not as directly as it should have, but J.J. Abrams, John Boyega, they all... there is that scene where Finn feels Rey die. Like,
Yeah.
he is Force sensitive.
It was heavily implied.
Yeah,
So
I would like it to be more directly shown, but in my opinion, that does not count because he is definitely Force sensitive.
Well, it's interesting because characters like Maz Kanata have brought up the idea of being slightly more aware of the Force and like more attuned with it, but not necessarily Force sensitive.
No, she is. Again, this was deleted scenes, but she uses the Force in The Force Awakens, and I believe in the novelization.
Oh.
So she is.
To do what?
When there's a deleted scene where some stormtroopers come down to corner them, and I think she pulls rocks out onto them.
Well, damn. Okay. Well, okay, my answer was going to be Dexter Jetster, because how else does he know exactly what everybody needs or wants at that moment in time? Like, he's just slinging out everyone's favorite dishes.
Well, the High Republic has done a great job of showing us characters like Ram Jomaram who use the Force mechanically and are really gifted in the garage, and like that's his happy place. So to see a Force, we do have Porter Engle, a Force sensitive chef in that regard, but like Dexter Jetster, someone whose passion is food, like that would be very interesting.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
He's been around for so long, you'd think that maybe at some point he did some meditation and was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Anyone can do this.
Okay, I'll go along the same lines and I'll say Max Rebo. Just a different.
He tickles those ivories.
I almost said he. Now I'm going to say it. He tickles those red balls. The red ball organ. That's the best when we say like, oh, we shouldn't say that. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, he plays just too good to not be Force sensitive.
But yeah, someone that would use the Force to be musical, which they may have actually done that in the High Republic, actually. But anyway, Max Rebo is my choice. Darth Nicholas has the next two. Thank you, Nicholas. Any word on how ARC Trooper Alpha 17, or just Alpha, is doing? He was replaced by Rex in the Clone Wars since George wanted to avoid alliteration with there being enough A characters, Anakin, Ahsoka, and R2. They can still canonize him. As a follow-up to my Alpha super chat, I think Alpha could prove to be an invaluable asset to the batch, Rex, etc. Nothing wrong with having another ARC Trooper after all. Alpha also kickstarted the Clone Trooper nicknaming convention.
Why would they need another trooper? They're a family now. They're retired.
Well, they're just going to keep growing their family.
I mean, that's true, but if that's the case, Fee is the next available person to join that family. Fee and Tech, I stan them.
But no, I have not heard anything about Alpha. I would not hold my breath to see them come back.
I would not either. Sorry, I'm trying to get a dog hair out of the microphone, and it's... Oh, I got it. That was gonna bug me.
But it would be cool to see another ARC Trooper, especially like because we have the Republic Commandos. We have the Batch; they're technically Commandos as well, and we have Rex. But Echo was a Commando. But yeah, there's like a middle ground between the Regs and the Republic Commandos that we could explore.
Sure.
Lord Hoskson in 2 super chats, thank you, that says, "Are we keeping you from something?" And then the sound of Mando's baby making. Then said, "That sounded a lot weirder than I intended." You knew what you were doing. There's so much stuff in the way, but we could get out the Bo and Mando helmets. And
Oh, well, we don't have a Mando Funko Pop anywhere close by, do we?
Oh, here we go.
Wait, here's a...
ASMR.
We're so dumb.
Oh, put that back up. Put your rangefinder back up, Bo-Katan.
I did a much better job at that last night.
With your phones.
On the stream.
Darth Nicholas, thank you for another super chat. I think the tech in the Old Republic content, minus Tales of the Jedi, looks a bit too advanced. I'm hoping canon will make an effort to make the tech look older while still keeping many of the same characters and conflicts intact. I think that they have already done a pretty good job of aging the galaxy in the High Republic, especially in Cataclysm, which is not out yet, but my review is. But in my review, I talk about how this feels like the first time technology has been like a limitation in Star Wars.
Ooh.
Where it's just more difficult to communicate with one another, and that is a problem that needs to be overcome.
That's good, because so far in the High Republic, that hasn't really been the case.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already like at the end of Phase 2.
Yeah.
So.
Cataclysm, if you haven't seen my review, is my favorite Phase 2 High Republic book, and I think it is as good as the Phase 1 novels.
We just got the hard copy in today, so as soon as we get the audio files... I mean, I can read without...
I thought you were just going to say, I can read.
I can read.
Stop. I can do it.
Full stop. I can read without the audiobook, but it just really enhances the experience for me, especially the High Republic books. They've been so good. So I'm going to hold out for those audio files, but I'll still bring it with me to London, because I might want to read on the plane. And not just binge watch all of Drag Race. We'll see what happens.
8 hours.
We'll see what happens.
Calm Like a Bomb, aka 12th Dragon, thank you for the next one. What are the odds of a Force-sensitive droid? Well, we got one
Skippy the droid.
We got Toby-Wan in...
Visions.
I don't think they're ever going to do that, like, just a droid, because they're not alive. They're not... part of nature in this weird way. It's weird because I do think droids have souls.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Sith and Toby-Wan had droids powered by Kyber, which I think is kind of a workaround.
Mm-hmm. Because Kyber crystals themselves are considered to be like alive.
Yeah, they're living crystals. So I think there is, if you made a droid completely out of Kyber or something, I think there's a possible way to do that, but I don't think Skippy the droid will ever happen again. I don't think just a regular protocol droid could be Force sensitive.
Probably not. Unless you threw a Kyber crystal in there. But it would be awesome if R5D4 actually did, after getting over all of his fears of travel and exploration, he realizes he's Force sensitive.
Yeah.
He can do anything.
We got 2 more super chats, and then we do need to go, because I know Molly has to cook, or we have to cook and eat.
Want to hear that?
You gotta cook while I just sit here.
Uh-huh.
We have to cook and then eat, and then you have another show to do. But Scotty here, and thank you, says, enjoyed the stream as always. Off to have those 2 margaritas now. Appreciated the input. And at the Hippie Jedi, definitely getting less than 12. As for never, the answer is never more than 12 for margaritas.
That's exactly what I talked about when we were covering Andor. Never more than 12 is my go-to answer while drinking at the bar.
And Shaq Fu, thank you for this next one, says, how many viral videos did Alex have before he started Star Wars Minute? He was famous for After Effects, right? I would not say I was famous, but I did have an After Effects tutorial go viral in like 2006, which was wild.
How did it go viral? Was it
don't
on
know.
Reddit?
I don't even know.
How did things go viral back then?
I don't know. Yeah, that was almost 20 years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, I did an After Effects tutorial about how to do a Kamehameha.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think it looked that great, but back then I guess it did. So there was that, and then my friends and I in... Oh, wait, no. That was in 2007. Was Phoebe there? That was in 2007. And in 2006, my friends and I made a lightsaber video, like 7 of us. It's bad, but it's called Star Wars Kids, if you want to look for it. We used like these really heavy wooden dowels as our lightsabers. So like you really had to swing them. Mm-hmm. It was not a fast fight, and that is the biggest criticism on that video, is that it's like your choreography is so slow.
You're obviously using real heavy stuff.
No, everyone just said we're slow. Your choreography is too slow, and we were like, it was so heavy.
You just weren't confident enough, and you didn't feel worthy.
Yeah.
So they all felt heavy.
Oh well, and when I felt too confident, I like swung like a batter, and I hit my friend's thumb. Which we included in the video. Like, it's in the bloopers, and it's the best part. You can see me just, like, smack my friend, and he just, like, leaps back like a cat and then runs around going, ow! And I'm just like, oops.
Oops.
Hurt my friend. It's so goofy. Should like watch it and do a reaction or something at some point. But Darth Nicholas sent in one more. I've sort of brought this up, but the technology in Tales of the Jedi comics looks ridiculously medieval ancient compared to KOTOR's, despite a 30-year gap. Any in-universe Legends explanation for the discrepancy? I don't think so.
Doesn't seem like it, no.
I think Legends had less oversight, especially in that era. Mm-hmm. And when they got to the video game, I think they were like, we still want it to feel like Star Wars, basically.
Yeah. It's always a balancing act between those things.
But we need to wrap it up. We will be back on Wednesday, probably. That's the plan. We're going to be traveling. We'll be home on Thursday, so we're also planning on streaming. But like, we're planning on 2 streams next week. Just like keep an eye out on how that's all going to go.
Yeah, not sure when or how or for how long, but we're going to make them happen.
Yeah. That's the plan. But we'll be doing that next week. Thank you all for hanging out with us, both yesterday and today. See a lot of the same people here. Thank you so much for the support in the chat with super chats and everything.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you. You're basically sending us to London, so
yeah, that's
thank
a
you,
big
thank
help.
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all, and may the Force be with you.